EPSON Tour tees off tomorrow at the Hartford Healthcare Women's Championship. That event showcases some of the rising stars in the world of women's professional golf. And those players and the fans will be spending a lot of time outdoors, so staying safe in the sun is a major priority. Joining us this morning to tell us more, Dr. David Eisenberg, surgical oncologist and director of the Melanoma and Complex Skin Cancer Program at Hartford Healthcare. Doctor, thanks for being with us. See you're out there live at the Golf Club of Avon. Got to ask you about conditions out there right now after the bad storm for starters.
The course, thanks for having me. The course is in great shape. It dried out a lot. Greens are rolling good. It's nice and soft, so hopefully we'll see some good low scores this week.
Okay, very good out there. All right, I can see some sun breaking out a little bit out there. How important is sunscreen and daily skin protection for somebody spending a long day on the golf course, either playing or watching the great players this week?
Yeah, I mean, it's incredibly important. Skin cancer is, as a whole, the most common cancer by a mile worldwide. There are many different types of skin cancer. Unfortunately, many of those types are very gentle, very indolent, low risk of spreading. So those don't really get counted in the statistics. But if you count them, it's by far the most common type of skin cancer. And there are some aggressive types of skin cancer. The most notable is melanoma, which we really need to protect ourselves against. So the single greatest risk factor for skin cancer is going to be cumulative lifetime sun exposure. And our golfers are going to get that 4 hours on the course, oftentimes in the middle of the day. So protecting yourself from those UV rays is super important.
Doctor, do you have any kind of go-to tips for people trying to protect themselves from that sunshine?
Yeah, I always recommend you got to wear sunscreen. And we typically recommend applying the sunscreen for the first time about 20 to 30 minutes before you go out on the course. We like an SPF of 30 or greater if we want to see UVA, UVB protection in that sunscreen. You got to then reapply it every couple of hours on the course, every 2 to 3 hours. And if you're sweating a lot, you got to apply it more commonly. Also, protective clothing is incredibly important, and it's great to see a lot of these young players paying attention to that. So obviously, a lot of golfers now are wearing these SPF sleeves, which are fantastic. Right. They're wearing hats, sunglasses. All these things are incredibly important. You can wear pants to protect your legs. And another go-to is always find shade when you can. Yeah. If you're waiting to hit a shot, find a tree to stand under or go back to your cart. But it's important to be in the shade when you could be in the shade.
Doctor, what are some of the biggest kind of misconceptions people have about the use of sunscreen?
Yeah, so the first misconception is that sunscreens are dangerous. Obviously, most people wear chemical sunscreens, but there's been absolutely no data to suggest that chemical sunscreens are dangerous. The benefits far outweigh the risks. If you're concerned about chemical sunscreen, you could wear mineral sunscreens. They tend to be a little bit heavier and turn your skin white, so people don't like to wear them. But chemical sunscreens are the risks are far outweighed by the benefits. Another misconception that we hear a lot about is that a base tan is protective. Mm-hmm. A base tan can be protective. When you increase that melanin in your skin, you're getting some natural protection from the rays of the sun, but it's only giving you an SPF of about 2. So sun is still damaging. And even when people say, I tan, I don't burn, the sun damage is still happening. It's happening worse for people who burn than people who tan. But even people who tan, they're still getting damage from the sun, and it's going to increase their lifetime risk of skin cancer in the future.
All right, Doctor, we appreciate it this morning. Before I let you go, quick prediction. Some low scores out there this weekend?
Oh, yeah. I think they're going to get to double digits under par out here. These women are so good.
Oh, yeah.